Back to the channel, everybody. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe for daily indoor football league content. Our guest today, Sioux Falls Storm wide receiver Deyon Hill, going into his rookie year. Deyon, thanks so much for joining us today, man.
Anytime, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So let's just talk about your college career because it was interesting. You lined up at multiple positions at West Alabama, and if we look at the record books, you have more West Alabama receiving touchdowns than Tyreek Hill. Are you just going to everybody and telling them I'm ahead of Tyreek Hill in the record books?
Yeah, man. Coming out of high school, man, I played multiple positions. So just kind of transitioning into, college, it only felt right, just be versatile and just keep that, about my game, so I could be, a bigger weapon when it comes to, being a professional athlete, because I've always wanted to play at the next level. But when it comes to the whole Tyreek Hill thing, man, it is kind of cool. I mean, we have the same last name. If people want to think that we're related, hey, go for it. But nah, man, I don't really think about that kind of stuff, man. It's kind of cool, but I just try to bring to the table what I can, you know what I mean? But it is kind of cool just to think about stuff like that.
What was it like for you? Because you played running back, you played receiver. When you got there, what was you talked about? You wanted to be versatile, but what was I guess the biggest challenge in that? Because I assume there were a lot of challenges just with injuries, and then trying to really perfect a craft when you're trying to do so much to get on the field.
Right. So the hardest part about that was just kind of like, in a college setting, like being a college athlete. So you'll have to, being in running back meetings and being in receiver meetings, it's hard to balance the two. You know what I'm saying? So kind of trying to focus on my craft at receiver, but also, trying to add that value of being able to play between tackles and play as a running back was also difficult, because I wasn't getting to be in most of the meetings, to figure out the game plan for the week or, figure out the right steps that I need to take when, I'm in a receiver meeting trying to figure out, how to, perfect my releases and, see if the coverage rolls back when I'm, going into my route and just focusing on, the small details of it. So I feel like that was the toughest part to adjust to, but, they made it easy though. The University of West Alabama, great program. They made it easy to, kind of adjust on the fly and try to add different things to my game.
And now you spent a long time in college. Your first year was 2016, and now you're entering your first year of professional football. What do you think that adds to, I guess, what you can bring to the table? You've been at this a long time. You've seen it from a lot of different angles, so to speak. Just what do you think that has allowed you to learn spending so much time at West Alabama?
So like I spent a lot of time at West Alabama, and one thing about me is I try to take a lot of things from everybody I meet, so all the different kind of athletes that I met there, I try to take, just something from their game and add it to mine that I see, if I like it. But really it added like so much experience, I feel like, because within my last year there, because of COVID and things of that nature, it kind of let me pay attention more, be more detailed and, kind of slow the game down for myself in that last year. Cause I knew I had been there a while and I'm trying to figure out, more things that I can be better at and stuff like that. And I just tried to focus on being attention to detail and like, just sharpening, the mental side of the game rather than the side. So I feel like that's what, I, excelled in the most in those years.
And now going into the indoor game to start your professional career, how did that opportunity come about? Sioux Falls is a long way from Alabama. So how did that opportunity come about?
So I signed with an agent. It was a little bit of time went by and I signed with an agent out of college. I know a guy that plays for the Sioux Falls Storm now. He was an all rookie second team last year. He plays defensive, Andres Lilly. And I know he was my college roommate my freshman year. So, we're still in touch and stuff like that. So I knew about the Sioux Falls Storm and I knew about the IFL organization. And my agent, he was talking to me about, so I had a couple workouts with, the XFL, the USFL, the CFL and stuff like that. But then he messaged me about this opportunity coming along. And so, I feel like without film, being a year out of college football, it's just only, I feel like my game's going to fade if I don't, get on the field and produce somewhere,
Right.
to keep the process. So that's really how I came about it. My agent hit me up and, I was happy to take the opportunity. I can't wait to, get in this league and, just kind of adjust to the game, because it's played a little differently, but I'm very
Definitely.
for it for sure.
So were you familiar with the arena game, the indoor game? Is it something that was on your radar at all? I guess when, because you did have an interesting college career, at what point were you thinking, I'm probably going to have to start in one of these alternative leagues. I'm probably not going to get straight to the end. I'm going to need some game film. When did that kind of become the next step for you as opposed to straight getting a chance, getting a workout in the NFL?
So I went through an injury. My redshirt freshman year, I went through an injury. I tore my ACL, and it's time to come back from that because I had to, do the whole rehab thing, and then I felt like get back to where I was as an athlete. And then around my junior year, I just kind of I felt like I would need to be in a league like this.
Yeah.
I kind of just felt that for myself to be in a league like this, just kind of develop my game just a little bit more, but also, be able to compete at the highest level.
Yeah.
But athletes in this league are, as I've seen, there's some incredible athletes in this league, and it's exciting to play in it. But I felt like, after a year out of college, I felt like after, not being able to get drafted or go undrafted, I felt like this would, just kind of be the best route that I could take.
Has the coaching staff talked with you at all about just, what you can bring to the table? Because I feel like guys with your skill set, if they put in the work, usually they have had success in the IFL. Slot receivers, it's kind of a slot receiver league. If you're not a 6'6" guy who's getting goal line fades, have they kind of talked with you about what to expect from the game and what they expect from you?
No, we really haven't had those conversations. I try to, I've watched, some film on like the games and stuff like that, man. But, I haven't talked to the coaching staff or anything about, what I need to bring to the table and stuff like that. But as from what I can see, just kind of the details of the game, I feel like it kind of accentuates, what I bring to the table. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so like, the indoor game is a lot quicker and, the cuts that you have to make and like, everything's just, a step faster. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what I bring to the table with like my quickness and, attention to detail and, creating separation when I'm coming out of my routes and in and out of breaks and stuff like that. I feel like me and the indoor league, we're going to click like this, man.
There you go. That's a pretty good advertisement there. You wore a couple of different numbers at West Alabama. Just me being curious, did you choose either of those numbers? Did you wind up wanting 10 at the end, or is that just how it went? What number can you try to pitch to get in Sioux Falls right now?
Yeah. I did have a couple of different numbers. So I had the number 10 was just, whenever I was, a younger guy coming up, I was like, I need a number that's, I was number 1 in high school, but I also need a number that's like, hey, I'm creating this new identity for myself.
Yeah.
The next level. So I went with 10, which was, it was a nice look. 10's a nice look. My last name's Hill. Maybe people on the scouting report are like, oh my gosh,
There you go.
The second coming of Tyreek Hill. So it was kind of cool. But number one, when I changed to number one, it was more of, about I had a hometown friend who passed away, and I couldn't get number 8, which was his number, but it was just kind of to pay tribute to, my high school days and kind of, all the times and memories that we had together. It was just kind of a sentimental thing, kind of just to pay homage to all the times we had together on the field, because he was a great athlete. And I just kind of used that number to just carry that with me throughout, every game.
That's
So that
awesome.
had to do with.
That's awesome. And Deyon, finally, just being a kid from Alabama, West Alabama is about an hour away from Tuscaloosa. A kid who grew up watching the Crimson Tide, and now you are one of these very, very few who have a chance professionally. What does it mean to you to be able to see a new part of the world, get to continue playing this game, and continue to and play it professionally at that?
It's huge, man. A guy like me, a young kid just with a dream to, be a professional football player. That's every kid's dream. Like, growing up playing Little League, it's like, hey, I want to play in the NFL. I want to do this. I want to do that. But like being able to start the process of making that dream come true, man, it's huge for a guy like me. And it's really exciting, man. It means a lot. That's why I take it so serious, when it comes to training and, looking inside the game to figure out how I can get better, 24/7. And people are crazy, man, because I'm obsessed, It's hard to even watch a football game like the Super Bowl, it's hard to even watch it because it's like, a guy like you never think I would have an opportunity to play professional football. So like, I'm like going crazy. I'm like, look at this guy's step. Look at the step that he took. Look at the read that he made right here. Like, I know I'm just so annoying, man, but it's just very exciting to just be a professional athlete. You know what I mean? So I'm like honed in 24/7, obsessed with it right now. So it's just starting to set in. So man, it's pretty exciting.
Well, we're excited to watch you. Deyon, how can people keep up with you on social media?
You can just follow me on Instagram, at Deyon_Hill1, Facebook, Deyon Hill, Deyon Hill on Facebook, and on Twitter, it's Deyon_Hill. Not that hard to find.
There you go. There you go. Easy guy to find. Deyon Hill, wide receiver for the Sioux Falls Storm. If you liked the interview, everybody, please remember to like and subscribe. And Deyon, thank you so much for joining us, man. Good luck in camp.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.